it recording. I don't know. It's only about 8:30 in the morning. It's really hot. My brook is almost dry. Yeah, and I decided I needed to go and get some power for my chargers and everything else. So I walking to the closest library, and again I took another route. And I love this little cottage here, and she's got some beautiful acers here. I think that's Japanese, I'm not sure. And there's some lovely trees here. She's got a nice little oak. But you can see it's slowly being inundated with brambles and everything else that could strangle the tree. So, yeah, could use some trimming. But it's a nice big embankment here. She's got a nice small one growing here. But you can see all the brambles at the back there. They need to be dug out at the roots, or cut down at the roots. And everything. But yeah, I can see from this house is perfectly perched. With the cottage anyway. She's got outstanding views from up here, and from the immediate vicinity you can't always see it, but when you're down in the valley you can see the house, and it does stand out. It's really quite nice. I do like this road, but it does get kind of busy sometimes, and it throws up an awful lot of dust when the car goes through. I do like walking this route sometimes. There's an interesting little spot up here. I'll just put you on pause. Here they are, the steps. They go into the woods. Evidently there's nothing there. It's just land. It's privately owned, and I understand it's owned by a family that just come here for a camp out, which is good. It's fine. Here's a nice spot to camp. Yeah, they got a big field over there. Let's just have a quick poke in there and take a look at it. So they camp out in here. Which is nice. I wonder if they saw the land. No, but if you've got a sort of like bug out place, then yeah, why not keep it? Yeah, there you go. They don't like people coming around. What's mine is mine. Which I'm not saying is a bad thing. Right, coming up to the main road. Gonna have a nice leisurely walk to the library, and get myself charged up a bit. Do a bit of foraging maybe. Yeah, there's lots of bits and pieces around here I should get hold of. Oh dear. Right, okay. Road. I shall catch you later, guys. I'm walking this way. I always have to stop for a few minutes and just look at the views from the ridge here. I don't know, can you? Is it? and then you got the views from that side there. So we're on the ridge here, but it's truly outstanding. Some houses over there which are hidden by the trees, they've got a view of that side, but there's some houses down that road there, like a big house being converted and everything else. So there's about 3 or 4 houses there, and I wandered in there once, said hi, had a chat, took some pictures, and the views they've got are absolutely stunning. But again, we're on the ridge, so it's a hell of a wind trap up here. You often get some really, really strong winds going through here, especially during winter and the rainy season. And it's I don't know, how would you say it? The beauty far outweighs the inconvenience and everything else. Because, yeah, I suppose you can call it like that. But it's yeah, if I had money, I'd certainly have I'd buy all of this. You could always build wind deflectors or put a wind turbine up there, you know, because even now it's still got a nice breeze going through. So yeah, there's another drawback. It's on a relatively busy road. Yeah. Oh, to have money and land. That's what I always say to my daughter. You know, you always, you know, one of the greatest investments, the greatest things you can ever buy. I know land ownership is something that's funny issue, but you know, if you could buy land, buy the land. Yeah. And make use of it. You know, I mean proper use. You could. I mean, with an acre of land, you can sustain a family, a small family. I suppose an acre, is it acre or 2 acres? Yeah. Anyway, those are issues maybe we'll talk about later in the future. I'm just going to sit here, enjoy the view before I head on back. Not head on back, head on to the library. Catch you later, guys. Yeah, I have a little pet hate about fly tippers and all that sort of thing. It's just people just dump this baby stuff. They're quite silly. But I was just looking at that hood thing. Just looking at the hood. I was just thinking to myself, oh, perhaps I could fashion that into a backpack hood so when it's raining I could keep my head dry. I was just yeah, as I say, one man's rubbish is another man's treasure. But yeah, just dumping it like that. We got these tips, aren't there? They're free, aren't they? Dump all that in the tips. Although some tips are becoming so jobs worth nowadays, it's ridiculous. Oh, you can't put that there, or that's got a bit of metal on it, that's got to go in the metal thing. Oh, you know, it's just... That reminds me again, you know, when I was living in Croydon, and we used to... you know, recycle, put everything in the right little spots and everything else, leave it all out. And then I did it one day, and I noticed all the the recycling guys, they just dump everything in the same thing. So I thought to myself, what is the point of us actually doing the recycling? You know, all the rules and regulations that are coming out now, especially Tandridge Council is one of the worst for it, absolute jobs worst. You know, if the lid's not 100% shut, they won't take it because it's over full. You know, it's things, and they always check the rubbish. I mean, if you stick it all in black bags anyway, I mean, it's just, you're paying your council tax, exorbitant tax, to pay for these bloody councillors and council workers on a minimum £25,000-30,000 a year, and for what? You know, it would be far cheaper to have a recycling plant, get everything in there, and have teams of migrants sorting through the rubbish. Probably, I hate to say it, they're probably used to it anyway. Still, anyway, that's, sorry, I didn't mean to be political there. But, yeah, that's so annoying is when I walk along these country roads and see, you know, bottles, empty plastic bottles. It's usually plastic bottles, drinks, lottery cards. Yeah, they're only good for Tinder. Yeah, don't trust the odds. Whenever you see the odds on these packs of cards, you know, you've got a 1 in 3.83 chance or 1 in 4 chance of getting a winner. If you get your money back, you're not a winner. You just got your money back. If you go to a betting shop and you have a win, you get your money back plus your winnings. That's a winner. The actual odds, you can look it up. The actual odds on getting a prize, yeah, are around 11 to 1. That's what they won't tell you. So, lottery scratch cards, waste of money, big con. You know, they do £100 million print runs. You know, so they got all these tickets, and you know, over 50% of them are not winners. You know, so more than that, I think. So don't waste your money on them. Yeah, okay, as a treat, you know, now and again, but you know, when you're playing the odds, you've got more chance of winning on the bloody horses, I tell you. Anyway, gonna have a little rant about that maybe later on, because the one thing I used to be, and I still am, is a gambler. I love to play the odds. I used to love bucking them and everything else. Anyway, catch you later, guys. 6:30 in the evening. Just got back. It's been a real baking hot day today. And I've been mostly in the libraries, which was also baking hot. The library I'm in doesn't have any aircon or even fans in the Wi-Fi area. And yeah, just got back. I thought I need a wash, and my brook, just a mud patch, you know. So I've probably got enough in my bucket here, minus the flies and everything else. To have just a quick damp down, wash down, at least try to cool down a bit. I've got an early start tomorrow. Yeah, I've got a minimum 2.5 hour hike tomorrow morning, so I better start early. It would be nice if I was all nicely cleaned and spruced up. So yeah, okay. Just gonna have to make do with that. What's in the bucket, and cook some dinner. Went to a food bank today. Again, trying to tell people that you live in the woods. Doesn't seem to. All right. So, do you have a fridge? No, I live in the woods. Oh. Do you have a cooking facilities? Well, yeah, I have a little Bushman stove. Yeah. Oh, do you have a kettle? Yeah, it's holds about a litre. Yeah, and it's only until you sort of like take your camera out and show them pictures, you go, oh, twigs. Bless them. They do their best, but you know, it's just that you know, one person's reality is not someone else's reality, isn't it? You know, the saying that, do you have a kettle? Yeah, well, they got visions of you plugging it in and boiling up water, so they're going to get you stuff like hot chocolate and I need hot chocolate a day like this. Coffee's the only thing I need, alright? Oh, and beer. But they're very nice people, as I say. Pardon me. Yeah, I bumped into a French family on the way down here. Excuse me, I don't speak very good English, but any good campsites? Oh, talking to the wrong person or the right person here? They're heading up towards my local beauty spot sort of thing. Some people camp around up there. The authorities that be don't like people camping around, but they do. I told them, you know, basically, if you find a nice quiet bit of woods around here, yeah, that's some of the best places you can go and camp. Just get off the pathway. So, yeah. So they carried on. There's some woods up there, they can go and find some place with the open ground. But yeah, it's nice. So long as, again, I hope they're not like some of our campers and end up trashing the place. That's what I hate most of all. When you know, you wake up in the morning, go for your walk, and then the next thing you know, your favourite beauty spot, it looks like it's just been the venue for a major festival or something else. Anyway, I'm boring you. I'm going to dwell on the fact that I've got no more water. And it's a good thing I managed to stockpile a little bit from the coffee and cooking. So I just hope this bloody rain comes. That's all you know, there's supposed to be thunderstorms this weekend, rain this weekend, it's supposed to be, but they've been saying that for weeks. So let's just hope it does come. Been meaning to test out all the repairs. Right, anyway, boring you. Gonna cook, eat, and have a quick wash up. Catch you later, guys. Sunday. It's too hot. And I don't have much water left. So I do a lot of cooking up now. I'm going to use quite a lot of water that I've got stored up already. Even though I'm hungry, I don't really want to do a major cook up yet. Because also another thing is I've got to go and find the water to clean all the pots and pans afterwards as well. So, cold beans for dinner. Branston. It's been a long time since I've had it like this. I do like to. I've been sitting in my backpack for most of the day, so it's pretty warm anyway. I would like to put some seasoning in, but again, I can't be bothered at the moment. So yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy my beans. I've got a thermos full of water boiling up now, so I've got coffee for the morning, lukewarm usually, because it's only 6:30 and boiling off now, so yeah, it'll be lukewarm coffee. Still gets you going. Try and conserve as much water as I can for until the rains start. So if it doesn't come this weekend and they're forecasting another week of hot weather, oh, I'm buggered, I'm screwed. To walk around with an empty container and try and finding water. I know where I can get water. You know, there's a people have taps outside their houses. All you have to do is ask them to fill this up for me, you know. But it's just sort of like draws attention to yourself. So if I've got a couple of like those 5 litre handy packs that you get from the supermarket. There are some big institutions a couple of miles away. One's a school, and they've got a work yard out the back there, and I know they've got taps out the back there. So I suppose I could like get a couple of those empty 5 litres in the back of my pack and just go to fill up and then back through the woods, you know. I suppose you could do that. We'll just get to the church. It's about, yeah, it's a couple of miles away. Just go to the church and ask them to do this favour, to fill us up. I'm sure they will. Just like I said before, lugging a lot of water behind you is a pain. I mean, 10 litres of water, 5 litres is better, 10 litres, isn't it? Anyway, boring you. Cold beans for dinner, and I don't know, liberal doses of smellies tomorrow, I think. Catch you later, okay? Just to follow it up after the beans, at the food bank they often give you your allowance. They often have bits and pieces that you don't know what to do with, so people can take what they want. And there's a big box of big sheet seaweed. Now I know what it is, you know what I mean? Nobody wanted this, you know, they said it's been there for a while. I'll have it if you don't want it, you know. So, I love seaweed. It's savoury, fishy, it's a little bit salty. It's a nice light snack. I mean, okay, one big bag for one sheet. Well, that's a Japanese thing, you know. I absolutely love this stuff. You know, you can crunch it all up, stick it on your rice, or you know, dip it around and just eat it like this. It's very nutritious as well. I don't know why we don't, you know, let this stuff up. Just love it. So I've got myself a little snacks, and got another tin from them as well, tin of shortbread, but it's the tin that I'm after. They're very, very useful. And what I'm trying to do is I'm looking for a 6-inch round tin for my keg. That's 6 inches. So if I can get a round tin, that's going to act as a pot, yeah? I'm cutting a small hole here, which is going to act as my, once I drill the hole through, and that's going to be my rocket stove. So I'll have the framework there to put the stuff on, rocket, I may have to cut that down a bit. Yeah, cut it in half, and just weld it together. I mean, you get like Gorilla Weld, or like JB Weld, and that's strong, high heat adhesive that will keep that in place. The round thing there to act as your frame for the pots and pans. And of course, I keep all the cans that I use up, well, at least most of them anyway, to use as a feeder as well. I'll use some of them as a feeder, and maybe a couple of the smaller cans as legs, so I only need a tripod, so just 3 small cans basically on the bottom. Again, my problem is I'm out in the woods, can't exactly plug in a drill and cutter and everything else. So I'm thinking of getting one of those USB powered Dremel sets. That will do the job, because my solar power charge is a 12 watt output, so at least I could do some little bits and pieces here out in the woods. So I can get that going, you know, but I'm just looking for that round 6-inch tin. Anyone's got one. As I say, it's got to be 6 inches because it fits in perfectly. And again, once I've got the drill, I can drill all the air holes that I needed, and then I've got myself a rocket stove and a small canopy on the top there could turn into a heater during the winter. You know, that's what I'm thinking. But I do know, in one of my walks, where I can find one of those big, like 100 gallon or 100 pint beer cans. It's just sitting there in the woods. And I'm just thinking to myself, I've got to go and get that. But if I got it, how much? It's a couple of miles away, you know. Just walk around the country lanes with a beer keg on my shoulder. So I'm just thinking to myself, if I got it though, what do I do with it? Obviously that'll make a great heater stove, you know. All you need to do is just cut the right bits and pieces out, smoke canopy. Oh my God, you've got yourself a stove, you know, wood burning stove for winter. And add the right attachments to it as well. You've got yourself a cooker as well. You know, with heat transfer and everything else. Obviously, something like that is going to, you know, burn up a lot of fuel. But beer keg. I mean, I was toying with the idea of going to one of those like wholesale shops, like what's it? I can't remember the name. There's a couple like Booker's and stuff like that. You can buy a keg of beer and all that for about 100 odd quid. Yeah. Keg of beer of Foster's. Actually sounds like a good idea out here in, well, not so much Foster's, but I'm a Guinness man really. But you've got a keg of beer out here, that would be nice. In the winter would be better, because it's chilled. Don't have to get your own air conditioning. Guinness extra cold air conditioning unit. Oh dear. Yeah, well, I'm gonna have some more snacks. Check my water. Catch you in a minute. That feels good. It's amazing what you can do with just a couple of pints of water. I did supplement it with some boiled off an extra half a litre of water and poured it in just to supplement a bit. Give it a, oh, it feels good. It always feels good to feel clean. So I've got my coffee now. I'm just going to chill. I've had my beans, and I've got a treat as well from the food bank. Again, it's because they've got foreign names on it. Nobody knows what it is, yeah. So they don't touch the stuff. But it's guava. Dried guava. Absolutely love this stuff as well. Oh, I love dried fruits, and I had a packet of tropical dried fruits from one of these stores, and I cannot find it anywhere again. Tropical fruits, all dried preserved fruits. Absolutely gorgeous, and these are always useful to have, especially when you're out hiking, camping. Packet of dried fruits, extra sugar, I don't take sugar normally, and especially not the white sugar and all that. When I normally, if I do have sugar, it's when I'm out and about and having a cappuccino, then it's just a sprinkling of brown or demerara sugar on top. But you always have it. You always have a packet of it. Where is this from? I don't know. Thailand. Thailand, they do some very good stuff there. Mangoes as well, dried mangoes. Could end up eating the whole packet, I don't know. We'll save them for a treat later on. Yeah, so basically, I'm going to end up boring you a bit, aren't I? We need the rains. Lots of things are withering and dying. I don't know what it is about them. I still notice some of the farmers haven't done their crops yet, so that they're just drying out, dying, and it's a shame. It doesn't matter if the EU tells you you can't, we've got a glut or something else here, you've got to have to get rid of it, throw it away or something else. You should harvest it, you should store it. We should have a place where we can store these foodstuffs. Don't waste it. I mean, you hear all these horrible stories about, because of EU rules and regulations, yeah? People dumping gallons and gallons and deciliters of milk and throwing away grains, just throwing it away, burning it. What, because of some rule, some bureaucrat? No, the farmers should be storing this stuff, or selling off to different markets. This is the one thing. The Federation of Small Businesses, small to medium enterprises in this country, account for over 60% of the total employment. But our leaders and our the powers that be, bend over backwards to keep the big corporations happy. So we turn a blind eye to them not paying taxes. If you go into any major library and look on books on philosophy and everything else and all that, it's a small little section sometimes. Tax law, laws and everything else. Huge sections. Don't forget, we're ruled by consent. You don't have to consent to anything. So, and the amount of rules and regulations there are, absolutely, technically, everybody is a criminal in one way or another. It's just mind-boggling, I was sitting in one of these big multinational, big corporations. Can't call them multinational because they failed miserably overseas. They got their guidelines, and none of their managers can function without their little guidebooks. And yet they're getting paid huge amounts of money for something that, for them ticking off dots on a bloody steering wheel. Was this done today? Did this do today? Blah, 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 blah. So this is a problem. We bend over backwards for the big corporations. We give them an inch, and they do take a mile. And it's the small people, as I say, we should be putting more emphasis on small to medium enterprises and the small little ventures that keep small families and communities together. You know, and this is what, as I say, well, in all my hikes and everything else, and I visit a lot of churches and all that, and I see some churches are more vibrant than others because of the community. And it's the small enterprises that keep these communities going. And yet they're being stifled by bureaucracy, red tape, rules and regulations. Yeah, I understand we need to have them, yeah? But when they become too ridiculous, it's like right now. I'm a great believer in multiculturalism and such. I'm a product of it. But you can't, you can only pour a little bit of ink into a cup of water and make it change. A little bit at a time, You can't just pour the whole ink well in. It doesn't work. Then it doesn't become water. It doesn't become something. All you do is create divisions and civil unrest, And one man's idea, because 90% of all our lawmakers don't have to live that way. We have to. The ordinary people have to. And what's that? What did they do in Parliament recently? They voted for an anonymity against any claims of sexual harassment, fraud. They've just given themselves a license to be above the law. Remember that when you're at the voting booth, yeah? You're voting for criminals. Yeah? Even the mafia, any gangster gang has a certain amount of code and ethics. Yeah? Our politicians nowadays have absolutely nothing. They're just waiting for the soundbite. You say something wrong. Kill him, he's a racist. Lock him up for good. You can't say that. Oh, I'm highly offensive. I'm highly offended. Oh my gosh. Just need to slap someone, don't they? Oh, sorry, I've had a wash, I feel clean and everything else, so I may as well get rid of all the rest of the garbage. Sorry. Anyway, I'm boring you. I'll clip all of this stuff together as one big video and hopefully I'm going to get back to camp building soon, okay? Promise you. Catch you later, guys.